Howdy, everybody. Welcome back to
Beer Thoughts.
Well done.
Yeah, well, it was my second time.
Ah, yes. Second take, everybody. As you all know, I'm Josh. This is my buddy Lance.
Hello, that's me.
He's joining me. He's been helping me produce Beer Thoughts. He and I actually made that brand new logo and that new intro that you've been seeing. So we're trying to bump up, the quality.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. Unfortunately, high quality costs a lot of money. But maybe we'll get there. Who knows?
Or I could just,
spend
a lot of money.
Or spend a lot of money.
I mean, I was trying to come up with something, but that's it.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
Hey, fair enough. Well, hey, sorry it's been a little while since we were last here. World Cup happened. So, took a hiatus from Beer Thoughts for a little while, but now we've
watch
been...
France win.
Shut up. Curse you, all you French fans out there. You're the worst. But I digress. I've already cried enough.
Mbappe, though.
Mbappe. He's very impressive. That's true. But that's what drinking's for.
Yes.
Is to forget that France won.
And we have some great beers today.
And we do. We have actually a couple of incredible beers. This is a fun kind of special edition episode.
Yeah, a little double feature.
Double whammy, is that what the kids are saying?
I'm not a kid, so I couldn't tell you.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're moving on. Let's try these beers.
All right.
A couple of things.
Here.
Tell me about yours. Which one do you have today?
All right,
Lance?
so this bad boy is recommended to me by a good friend of mine named Josh.
Oh, hey. Hi.
Your name's Josh.
Was it me?
I don't know for sure.
Oh, well.
It might have been.
Might have been
It
dark.
was. But it is the Clown Shoes Breakfast Beast. On the bottle, it's listed as an Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels with coffee. And it's got this, unicorn, dragon, hippogriff looking thing on there. Looks pretty good.
Nice.
It's definitely going to be a good kick in the teeth. I'm
Right.
excited for this one.
And actually, we were doing a little bit of research earlier about that one, and they've actually only brewed the breakfast piece once. So this is a part of that very limited first batch that they ever brewed for breakfast piece. So curious to see what that tastes like.
Well, you want to do this one first, or you want to do?
Yeah,
that?
let's take it.
All
We'll
right.
save mine for next.
All right,
Let's
see
open
if
her
I
up.
Got it in one, and then dropped it. Sir, would you do the honors?
I would love to, my friend. Hopefully it's...
as the connoisseur.
Holy cow.
Wow,
Pours like almost straight caramel.
that was good.
All right, time to... Here, it's technically your beer first, my friend.
That is true. Okay, so I'm not as experienced in the delicious beer world as Josh, so his critique may be a lot more in-depth than mine.
But you're trying to reach the not as educated beer drinkers.
Well, it smells... Actually, give that a sniff. That smells really good.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
That smells a lot like Bourbon County Stout that we've had earlier, or the Abraxas, similar in consistency to that.
a little less sweet, but definitely some of the same notes as the Founders KBS, too.
Oh, good, yes. Which is one of your favorites.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I cried the last drop of that. Just one single tear.
Beer's worthy of a few tears, now and again.
I'm going to...
Bottoms up, my friend. Try it up.
Well, you can definitely tell that is an Imperial. But wow.
Holy smokes.
That went down real nice.
And for many of you that don't know, Clown Shoes, personally one of my favorite breweries in the entire United States. They're based out of Ipswich, Massachusetts.
Ipswich.
Ipswich.
What an unfortunate name
I
for a town.
know. It's a little ridiculous. But I love them because their art on their bottles is absolutely fantastic. Whoever the artist is, for Clown Shoes, you're knocking it out of the absolute park.
And hey, if you wanted to send us an 8x10, please, feel free.
We're on the board. So tell me a little bit about the beer, Lance. What do you think?
Well, it's beer.
Nailed it.
It has alcohol in it. As you can see here, it does have some bubbles.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's called carbonation.
Yeah. What? Okay. No. In all seriousness, though, there's definitely the bourbon barrel taste to it. It's got that nice. It's very subtle, and I think that it helps kind of pull all the rest of the flavors together. But it's got that almost that wood flavoring behind it.
Yeah, a little bit of oak.
Yeah.
Kind of in there. I
And
definitely
just
agree.
that smoky, just that little bit. Otherwise, it's definitely a coffee stout. There is definitely the coffee flavoring.
Yes.
I think you were telling me that it was cold crashed with coffee.
Yes.
Actually.
Yeah, they actually, if I read correctly and my research was done right, they collaborated with an actual coffee house near them in Massachusetts, and they just took literal pounds and pounds and pounds of coffee beans and threw it in there when it was utilized a little bit later. So it's kind of interesting. I was expecting it to be thicker, like more syrupy, but it goes down a lot smoother than I was expecting.
That is both good and bad. Good
both
because
good and bad, yep.
easy to drink. Bad because, well, I'm going to need like another 4 bottles. So...
That's true. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just as a quick note, let me see here. What was it again?
For the what?
The ABV.
Oh, ABV's about a 10.5.
Alright, well I won't look at the bottle then.
You know, I'm a walking encyclopedia of beer knowledge, so...
He has a tablet, that's a secret.
Yeah, that's my secret. So, on a scale from 1 to 5, what are we giving Breakfast Beast from Clown Shoes?
Alright, so this is my opinion here again, not the most experienced. I'm sure Josh can tell you a lot more about his beer.
For crying out loud, we'll get you there.
And that's the whole point.
It's the whole point.
I'm enjoying the journey. But I would, honestly, put this up there with Dragon's Milk, right around a solid 4.2.
Really?
I really enjoy it.
Well, props to you, Clown. That's impressive.
Yeah, big on the Imperial stouts, big on anything with bourbon.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're kind of a sucker for bourbon, right? Yeah,
that kind of gets me. But
and for many of you out there, think about food pairings with this kind of stuff. Anything dark goes with anything heavy. Anything dark, thinking steak, burgers.
This would be amazing.
That would be amazing. Or even a dessert.
Like a chocolate cake.
Yeah, chocolate cake.
Like a Dutch chocolate cake. Or German chocolate cake. There you go.
Oh, don't get me...
Now I need chocolate cake.
Yeah, right now we need to go get chocolate cake. Oh, great. Well, hey, let's move on a little bit. We'll get back to drinking that here in just a bit.
I'm going to keep drinking that.
Continue it on. Next up, we're actually going a little bit more local here in Nebraska. This is Kinkaider, their English strong barley wine. I have yet to have a barley wine here on the show. I'm extremely excited for it, and I have yet to have anything that has been terrible from Kinkaider. Everything that they make so far has been amazing. You had their jalapeno ale not too long ago.
Yeah, I actually stopped at just this little out-of-the-way pizza place called Raimono's. If any of you are in Nebraska near Lincoln, look it up. They serve amazing pizza. But they also have Hiram's Bones and Devil's Gap in bottles there, which I was really surprised by. And both of those, I was, big on the dark beers. The Hiram's Bones is a porter. I was not surprised that I liked that. But the jalapeno ale was
pretty good. Yeah, right?
Surprisingly
For you more exotic drinkers, it's definitely something out there.
He makes me try all sorts of stuff.
I do. I'm a bad friend sometimes.
Well, I mean, I like most of it, so...
Okay, fair enough. So I'm a great friend.
Unless you ask my wallet.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
We're both... Oh, well. We digress.
All right.
So, dude, let's check out this barley wine.
The color is beautiful. Just
fascinating.
Right away.
Now, if you were to guess the ABV point on this, what would it be?
If I were to guess?
Based on just the color alone.
The color, I would say maybe like an 8.
Well done. Sitting at about an 8.5.
Okay.
So not too bad. Barley wines generally are going to be between 8 and 12, anywhere in that range. And there's actually 2 different styles of barley wines in the world. There's, of course, the American barley wine and the English barley wine. American's going to be a little bit more bitter, a little bit more hoppy. Meanwhile, English is going to be a little bit less so. I'm curious. This looks awesome. So, whoa.
Good
whoa.
Woe. Good woe? Bad woe?
That's complex. I actually really, really like that.
I don't know if my nose is that sophisticated.
Get a decent amount of caramel. Definitely getting the strong kind of almost molasses notes to it.
Like that definitely has a good, just a solid, almost a syrup smell. Not quite.
A little bit.
Not quite like Aunt Jemima, but definitely a nice sweet smell to it.
That's smooth. Oh, man. A little bit less of a bite than I was expecting on a barley wine. Wow.
That's interesting.
That is something else. I'm impressed. Kinkaider, well done. That is, That's a really good English strong barley wine. My word. For me personally, carbonation could have potentially been a little bit more, but the color is beautiful. It's
Can we hold
relatively
that up
clear.
maybe to the
Yeah,
light
maybe a
somehow?
little bit more light to it, but decently clear. As I said, nose is decently complex, and it goes down so well.
Yeah. The taste was not in a bad way at all, but very interesting. I've
Yeah.
never had a barley wine before, so that was
First time?
Yeah.
Not bad.
So, I think it's something that I would have to try a few times to kind of enjoy, more like an acquired taste. But definitely something on the list of things that I would go out of my way to try those several times.
Absolutely.
So-
yeah. Well, and the cool thing is about a barley wine is it's kind of that stepping stone. If you're trying to find your way into, let's say, for example, the darker craft beers, the Imperial Stouts of the world,
Go there.
Imperial Porters, it's the best place to be, in my opinion. Number two, barley wines are a great kind of transition into that. So if you're not into dark stuff, try yourself a barley wine. It's a lot easier drinking.
Yes.
It gets you into the stronger stuff, and there's a decent amount of complexities in there that will lead you towards the darker, more crazier stuff. But the nice thing is we also live in an era with like Imperial IPAs and some crazy wheat beers, which we're going to be getting into those
We're actually
a
talking
little
about
bit here soon.
the
So
Imperial IPA for today, and then found a new liquor store.
found a gigantic liquor place.
It's like the super center of craft beer.
Oh, I love it so much.
$700 bottles of whiskey.
Yeah, one day.
Tomorrow.
If beer thoughts ever turns into anything,
It's something right now, man.
it is something right now.
Because of
That's
you
true.
guys. Thank
So,
you.
Thank you guys, truly. So hey, those are our beers. We're gonna enjoy every single moment we have with these. Cheers, my man.
Cheers.
Booyah.
Mm.
So hey, Lance. Today I want to discuss something that I actually been thinking a little bit about.
You can do that?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Depends on the day.
Is that why my computer room has been so steamy today?
Because I've been thinking.
Yeah. Well, and then you had to explain the jokes, so...
Oh, get out of here. You're just the worst. No, I was curious because both of us, at least sometimes, we're relatively creative. Depends on if you get out of your chair.
Most of my creativity is done in the chair, just not that one. It's the porcelain throne, you know.
Good God. It's the best place to think, in my opinion. Not the best place to drink, though, but
No.
that's beside the point.
No, I do that in the shower.
That's
if
the
you've
shower.
never had a shower beer, have a shower beer.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so refreshing.
Don't
First thing
do
in the
something
morning-
like this because it gets a little expensive.
Yeah.
Um,
And also, drink responsibly, by which I mean sit at home and drink all of it.
should we have a little asterisk on the bottom that says, please drink responsibly?
You know, realistically, that might not be a bad idea.
So we don't get sued?
Well, I mean, we're drinking some pretty hefty...
It's
if I
true.
drank that entire bomber, I would be...
On
not,
the floor?
I wouldn't be that drunk, but you would know.
I would know. That's
You would know.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Alternatively, let's hope that happens after the cameras quit rolling. But anyway,
Yeah.
so creativity.
Sorry, so creativity, yes. I've always wondered, the greats of the world, whether it be artists or musicians or what be
So
it.
like Bono?
So Bono, you can take Bono. He's a pretty smart guy. I feel like he's pretty creative.
Okay.
Let's go back, Pablo Picasso. Like, he's super creative. Maybe some would say ahead of his time. But honestly, I've always wondered, is there a fine line between, creativity and, borderline insanity? And
Now-
what's up?
Oh, I was just going to say, are we talking, like in terms of perhaps their creativity is not to them creativity, but merely a representation of how they see the world?
That could be part of it. I mean, I would say that you'd like to think that creativity knows no bounds. I would almost argue that creativity as a whole complex understanding, there are no bounds. There is no degree of insanity. However, it's more about the context and the time of which your creativity is coming out.
Well, what about Joan of Arc? Was she creative in saying that God was speaking to her, or was that insanity?
Was that more creativity, or was that more? What's the word I'm looking for?
It may very well have been divine
that's very true.
manifestation, but on this topic, would that have been creative or insane?
I feel like if someone in our time was to come forth and do what Joan of Arc did, if you're calling it creativity, probably would be looked down upon due to all of the quote-unquote scientific research that we've been doing. However, you at the same time cannot discredit divine intervention or divine manifestation, because we have not proved that either. But at the same time, let's say, for example, you have an artist who is, I don't know, chucking garbage at a canvas.
Okay.
Like
Like actual garbage.
actual garbage to see what is left on a canvas. Like,
Okay.
At least for me, I'd look at that person, if I just see this person on the street, I'd be going, that's borderline insanity. That's really weird, kind of out of the box, but yet to others, it could be considered art.
Well, that would lead into the question, would your declaration of mild insanity at the garbage thrower be based in social stigmas and lack of understanding?
It's a good question.
Because, we're conditioned, for the most part, to accept normal, which, don't get me wrong, there's a reason for that. It makes life a lot easier when things are normal.
Absolutely.
But if we see something outside of that norm,
We get uncomfortable.
we discredit it
Yeah.
because it's not part of our expectations. So,
I need more creative juice.
Yes,
Anyway,
here.
so...
Creativity. But I think all the way back past the anecdotes and whatnot to the original question, I think that the level of creativity could be described as insanity in some cases, but that the description of insanity would be applied by people without the ability to understand what the artist saw. So, to you and I, Picasso may have been insane, but to Picasso, that was his reality.
Maybe he wasn't insane enough.
Exactly.
Interesting. That's a really good thought. And I'm actually curious to see if we continue this conversation after the cameras are done. But yeah, so please, you guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg as far as this is concerned. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your comments. Tell Lance and I what you think. Honestly, I think the best conversation topics are the one without a complete and whole answer.
I think that if you have a readily available answer, the conversation is definitely muted a little more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just, stay polite, stay friendly, enjoy a great beer.
Oh, good Lord,
again,
please.
Clown Shoes, I almost forgot the name, there we go. Clown Shoes Breakfast Beast, and you had...
I had the Kinkaider English Strong Barleywine.
Alright.
Yep.
Yeah, and...
So you guys, thank you. Truly, this has been a blast. We're going to, as we move forward, we're going to do some maybe Facebook Live stuff. We might be heading over to Twitch soon. We're just going to try to keep the ball rolling. We're going to be uploading this particular episode onto Apple Podcasts. So,
really?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Oh,
So,
nice.
if you have the time and you don't want to actually watch the video, you don't want to see our weird faces.
My
my weird
face.
face.
Mine's gorgeous.
Please take the time to listen to our podcast. Yeah, we're just going to keep the beer flowing, the conversations going, and it's going to be great.
Actually, given the length of these episodes, they'd be perfect for a drive to work or a drive home, so you can figure out what kind of beer you want to drink with dinner.
Exactly. Commutes to and from work, my friends. Well, hey, thank you guys. Love you all. Please continue to share with your friends. Subscribe as you can. And yeah, just keep changing lives.
Click the notification bell so that you know when this big lug uploads a new video about some great beer.
Booyah, that's me. But can't thank Lance enough for joining me.
He touched me.
It was nice. You liked it.
Only on Thursdays.
Only on Thursday, but today's a Saturday.
I'm going to let you figure that one out.
Fair enough. That's why I need more beer. But hey, you guys, as always, keep changing lives. One beer at a time, all right? God bless you guys. You're ahead of me, you jerk.
Yeah, that's because you keep talking, because this is your show. I get to sit here, look pretty, and drink.
Oh, shut up.
So,
See you guys.
have a great time.